saber made of light, fire, blasts. Blast. Light is the essence of a lightsaber, so let's talk about your saber's lights. The collection of all the light effects running on your saber's blade is called a blade style, and, as you just saw, your saber can have many. Blade styles are bundled together with sound fonts and soundtracks as saber presets, allowing you to quickly switch and give your saber a different look and sound. So every saber preset requires at least a blade style, and you can assign them through the SaberProp app. Open the preset editor, and here is the style selector for your blade with the list of styles available on your saber. There are dozens pre-programmed, and you can add any profy blade style on your SaberProp, but that's not for today. I'll show you how to do this another time. When you choose another blade style from this list, you assign it to the current saber preset, and if the saber is powered on, it applies instantly. Now let's dig deeper. Tap the blue edit button on the right side of the style selector and you'll get to the style editor page. The buttons on the top row are the effect triggers, and you can use them to test your new setup. Down below there are the blade style parameters with which you can customize the look of any blade style. Each one will have different parameters. There's no predefined list. The best you can do is to just read the labels and play with the controls. Let's explore the customization options for this Spark and Fire style. There's a base color and a hot color. Tap on the colored box if you want to make changes, then set the color parameter to whatever you like. The base color is red. Let's keep it that way. And let's make the hot color orange by adding some green. The changes apply instantly, so you can preview everything directly on the saber, and you can test various light effects with the trigger buttons. Lockup color is now white. Let's test it. If we change it to green, now the lockup effect is green. Ignition time isn't a color but a number, so instead of a colored box, we have a slider. Let's see what happens if we set it to 1, turn it off, and it powers on instantly. If it's set to 3000, it takes about 3 seconds to ignite. Let's leave it around 300 as it was originally. All sorts of colors, position, size, temperature, flow disruption. Let's try it. If set to 0, the flame burns continuously, with more or less of the hot color depending on how I adjust the temperature slider. Now let's add disruption. The flame becomes discontinuous, and if I crank it all the way up and make it really cool, here's what happens. What if the style is completely ruined and you want to revert to the previous good setup? Simply, just don't tap OK. If you tap OK, you'll save all the style parameters and return to the preset editor page. Now the base color is red. Let's tap OK, then edit style. Let's make it black. And just go back. No OK involved. If you reopen the style editor, it's red again, not black. So don't tap OK unless it's OK. But if, despite all good advice, you hit OK on a perfectly ruined style, don't worry, you still have the Reset Defaults button. Tap it and all your style parameters will revert to the factory defaults. A note about colors. The primary control for your saber's color is the color wheel, which you can rotate in the app. It's available on most app pages, or directly on the saber using the scroll gesture. Touch the button, keep it touched, and perform a long twist to start spinning the color wheel. Once you hear the scrolling sound, you can release the button. Another long twist will restart scrolling. You can stop it with a short twist in the opposite direction, or make fine adjustments with short twists in either direction. When you're happy with the color, push the button to confirm, or hold it for 2 seconds to cancel and revert to the previous setting. The saber color is a preset property, meaning each preset has its own color setting. When you change the color directly on the saber using the scroll gesture, you're changing it for the preset currently active on the saber. Watch what happens in the style editor when I rotate the color wheel. All the colors change. That's exactly what the color wheel does. It shifts the entire color set of the style, not just a single color. White remains white because it has no hue to rotate, but all other colors adjust while keeping their relative positions on the color wheel as they were initially set up. Let's place the first two colors next to each other on the color wheel. Set the base color to red, then add some green to this one and make it yellow. Now we have red, and just a little to the left on the wheel, yellow. Now let's rotate the wheel to green. We get green, and just to the left on the color wheel, cyan. The wheel is on blue, we get blue and pink. The colors stay in sync, shifting together with the wheel. This keeps the style colors consistent across the entire spectrum, making your blade look just as great in any color. Since I've warned you about the dark side of tampering with blade styles, let me show you how to scramble and unscramble your blade colors. This fire style looks great in red and orange, so I'll set those two colors now, red and orange. Turn it on, and the blade is indeed red with orange, but the hilt lights and the color wheel in the app both show blue. That's because the color wheel was set to blue when I changed the style colors to red and orange. That's not ideal. I want the overall look of the blade to match what the color wheel displays. To fix this, I can tap the Align Colors button. This realigns the color wheel with the first color parameter in the list without changing the style colors. Now everything is in sync. The blade, hilt, and app all show the same colors. So feel free to dive in, get wild with blade customization.